see the audio on this.
Ow, that hurts.
Right now we're just it's just streaming it.
oh, okay. So it's actually still
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, okay,
we're
cool.
just doing some audio testing, so don't mind Ed Jerk just moving pieces around.
Ed Rice's
I'm waiting
puzzle
I'm
corner.
trying to get all the edge pieces out.
Where do you want to sit, John?
Isn't this my chair, boy?
I wanted a soft chair, so deal with a nerd.
Very well.
You want this chair, John?
No, I'll just grab a chair right here.
There's a chair right next to me anyway, so that's why.
Oh man, I don't want to take Edric's chair because I have to take the mantle of Edric and be all like,
I like to take
It's
this
good to know that you wholly determine my characteristics based on the position of where we sit in the
Yes.
show. Good to know.
Also, because EJ is sitting on where my brother is sitting, I gotta argue with you for like the rest of the podcast now, and then you gotta step out.
The audio's not bad.
It's not that bad.
Good.
Although we're dropping frames, I think.
That's not what Streamlab is saying.
Maybe we're just not at a high FPS then. It's
Oh
not
no, we're not. We haven't dropped any frames.
Yeah, but we might just not be at a high FPS.
No, I think it's just because my phone was loading.
Oh, edge piece! Boom! Gotta get excited for the little victories in life.
You got another one there too. By the far,
You want to help me out, or are you just gonna?
far
you're
left
just gonna-
corner
are you-
down the middle.
Okay, that makes I'm not.
Far
gonna-
left side in the middle.
Boom.
There you go. See, I told you.
Edge piece.
So everything is intact.
Not the TV though.
No, not the TV. The TV's broken now.
Is it?
Half
Yeah.
the screen is dead.
Can I turn it on?
Yeah, go
for
ahead.
it.
Test it out.
Hopefully your
There's a remote right there.
your magic.
Got that special touch.
Yeah.
And then press the up and down channels.
You're-
just channel through the.
Not a
light screen.
technophobe. What is it? Not a
technomancer.
technophile. Yeah, there you go. Technomancer.
I'm a technological wizard.
You're a wizard, John.
Oh, I'm a what?
What? Here you go, John. You can sit
I
here.
think the TV's just straight. Oh,
Oh,
that's cool.
you got dead pixels on half the screen.
I don't think it's. Maybe it is dead pixels. I don't know. I have to take a look if its capacitors are dead or something along.
I got a question.
Google.
Can you fix this?
Probably not.
Probably not, unless we take apart the.
The whole TV.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, this thing had a good run, huh? How?
Almost a decade now.
It is a
Holy
decade.
cow.
We got it in 2005.
Oh, damn.
Oh yeah, it's older than a decade.
A couple of years older. Wow, we're actually all here early for the podcast.
Patrick, can you scoot over a bit?
Sorry, I just like to be close to the pieces.
I
because
know,
whenever
but.
Just what do you mean scoot over to the right?
Okay, that's good actually, John. You can move back towards me.
It's
Yeah,
just
take it.
I like being close to the pieces.
Understandable.
I can't move.
You can back up a bit.
No, that doesn't. No.
Oh, okay.
Whatever. Oh, what the? Alright, how far can I lean back before I crash into the ground?
You can
Probably-
you can lean pretty far back.
Oh, we got an edge piece.
Don't
You can go pretty
Boom.
far back.
Okay, stop, please.
I went all the way back.
Please stop.
On that chair. It's really comfortable.
Beside the point, I still get spooked.
Oh, boom! Another one.
So how many edge pieces are there?
I honestly have no idea what the perimeter of this is.
I don't know how big that
But
pieces
it's
are.
a 500 puzzle piece, and it's
Not going for
a
1,000?
foot by a foot and a half. So we got a 1 and a 1.5 ratio.
So,
So what would make 500?
at least
for
10.
That's a
Because
very
a perfect square would be what? 20? No, it's not even. What's 500? What's the square root of 500? That would be a perfect square. You guys aren't even helping me at all.
500? Square
root
500?
of
Yeah, square root.
Square root
500.
500.
Enter.
22.3.
So that would be a perfect square.
So
According to the
22.4.
calculator on the
So
side.
22 and a half, basically.
Did I do this
No.
right?
Yeah, you did
Because
it
this
right.
is not a perfect square.
Yeah.
It's a
It's not.
rectangle.
It's a rectangle.
So I don't know what the perimeter is.
So I'm assuming it's 20 by 25?
Maybe.
No.
I don't know.
I don't even think so. I have no idea. Okay.
Like, I'm gonna do some basic arithmetic here.
Basic arithmetic. Let's get out of
20
here.
times 20.
You could just do algebra.
Yeah, it's probably around.
You could
20,
do algebra.
25.
Do algebra real quick on MS Paint. Go.
MS Paint.
Yeah. Pull up MS Paint.
Okay. We have
Did
MS
you hear that? MS Paint is going away forever.
And then,
Being replaced by 3D Paint.
really?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
According to Microsoft.
Okay, so
So we know that our ratio is 1 to 1.5.
ratio is 1 to 1.5.
And height times width.
Height times width
Equals
equals
500.
5 hundo.
500!
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
No. The ratio is 1 to 1.5.
Oh, okay.
Not 1.5.
Oh, hold on. Let me get a box. I can't do that. Control Z. Let me get your select. Here you go. Select that. Delete. Okay. So it's 1, 2, 1 and 1/2.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that means
I showed you.
1. So 1h. So our algebraic equation ends up being 500 equals
500
Doing math on stream. Also, fucking chairs constantly
equals
rotating. This way.
equals h times h.
times H
Yeah. And then times
times
1.5.
1.5.
Yeah.
1.5.
Does that make sense to you?
Where did you get the second H? Oh, you're.
From the alphabet.
Where'd you get the second H?
What's the ratio?
1 by 1.5.
Yeah. So that means
Uh-huh.
one side is
Yeah.
1.5 times larger than the other side.
Okay. Okay, I see now. One side is 1.5 larger than the. Okay, I see it now.
Make sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay. Now do the algebra.
Solve for H.
Yeah, solve for h. So it's 2h
So it'll be 2
times 1.5. And then you just do 500 divided by 1.5 divided by 2. And then you get one side of your perimeter.
So why'd you use paint?
Because I like seeing things algebraically.
No, but you could have done the same thing with, I don't know, like Notepad or something.
He wants me to write it out.
Yeah.
Literally write it out with the mouse.
Times
Oh, edge piece!
and
Good job.
equals H. Okay, John, do this. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, so it's 500.
Divide 500 divide by 1.5 divide by 2.
Equals 166.6 infinity.
So that's one side and then times 1.5.
Times 1.5.
Yeah.
250.
So it's 250 on one side and then
Yeah.
166 pieces on the other side.
But isn't it a total of 500 pieces? So it's actually 25 pieces and 16 pieces.
What did you say?
Isn't
No, you said 100 something pieces, didn't you?
Yeah. No, isn't it a total of 500 pieces, right?
Yes.
So if it's 150 on one edge and 166 on the other edge, isn't that more than 500 pieces?
Do the math.
Did you do the calculations correct?
Well, that's what you told me to.
Also,
Did
guys,
you? What did you do? 500.
500 divided by 1.5.
Divide that by
one.
2.
2?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Do it again. 500
Let me check my history. 500
divided by
by
1.5
1.5 equals 333.33333, or
Yeah.
3 infinity.
divided by 2.
Divided by 2 is 166.666 infinity.
Repeating. Don't say infinity.
Okay, infinity. Yeah, repeating.
Nice.
Because this is the area, right?
Yeah. 500 pieces is the area.
Yeah.
Is it not?
Yeah.
No, this is gonna bother me.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Why do I know? Where did I go wrong?
I think this is the 2 H's.
Oh.
Because
no.
W equals 500 divided by H.
What does W stand for? W is the ratio H times 1.5.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like W's width or something.
Yeah, that's what. Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying.
So that equation's correct, is
Yeah.
it not? H
I
times
don't
H
feel
times
like
1.5.
Yeah, okay, yeah. You're correct in that.
It's not 2H, it's H squared.
H squared. Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
Because it's H times H.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
so take off. It's not, yeah, so take off the 2 there. It's H squared. And then you do the square root of that.
Yeah,
So do the square root of 500.
that makes more sense now.
Dodge piece!
So 500 divided by 1.5, and then square root.
Edge piece.
Clear. Where's my clear button? $18.25.
So it's 18.25 on one side,
Yeah.
and then times 18.25 by 1.5.
Times that by 1.5.
Yeah.
27.4.
There you go. And if you times those two numbers, you should get 500.
Okay.
Try it. Otherwise I did my calculations wrong, or I did the wrong algebraic equation.
Yeah.
There you
roughly
go.
around.
Hey.
All right, we should probably start the thing.
So 27 times
I mean,
18.
we're just waiting on you, John.
Waiting on me.
Yeah, because you do the intro and it's your topic. So
oh,
yeah.
we're legit just waiting
Hold
on you.
let me
I thought-
just change. Let
I
me
thought
just
you
put
guys
a cut
were
on it.
like doing whatever else, and I was waiting on you guys.
Okay, let me just mute the stream.
That's what I'm saying. Expedite. Expedite.
Oh, let me just fix that. Da, da, da.
Hi everyone. Welcome back to a stream that we haven't had for a bajillion
There you
years.
go.
Actually, it's like 2 weeks. It's been a while. This is me, Ryflow. This is ZG or EJ and Augur __ or Edric. This episode we'll be talking about an anime called Bubukibu Ranki, and just we'll be just doing a general discussion how we feel about it, and all that good stuff.
Just the first episode.
Yeah, just the first episode.
Yeah.
So before we start all of that good stuff, though, how have you boys been? Other than busy, give me some nitty gritty.
We've been thinking to play WoW again.
Yeah.
You guys too?
What, did you want to play too?
No.
We're not playing Classic.
We're not playing
We're
Classic.
going to play Retail.
Oh, retail.
Which is
Live.
the
The latest
Yeah,
expansion.
actually is
Hey, edge pieces.
Nice. Don't mind Edric over here. He's separating all the edge pieces in a 500-piece puzzle. Also, really? Wow, why?
we found it in the garage.
Yeah, I decided
and
I
Edric's
wanted-
like,
It's like an impulse thing.
No,
No.
it's just I haven't done a puzzle in a long time.
No, I'm talking about WoW.
Oh. Well, you didn't make that clear.
Sorry about that.
No, I've been in the mood to play an MMO.
Why not just play a superior MMO game like EverQuest?
Because isn't it dead? Pretty sure
I'm
it's
pretty
dead.
sure.
The original EverQuest, yes, it is, but
What about Final Fantasy the 14th, the online, the game, the
Oh,
online
no.
service?
Just never really been too involved in the Final Fantasies. So.
Really? Oh.
yeah,
What about you? You're a big Final Fantasy boy.
Oh, I played it before. I liked it,
Okay.
but like if I like playing with friends usually. So if we're playing WoW, Magic wants to play WoW.
You know what,
Play
that's a
with
fair
him.
point. Also, you should totes have the Edric's puzzle corner cam just on his corner, on his side of the screen.
Okay.
Like on his side,
Let me make that visible.
just for the fun of it. Doing a live edit.
And then,
There you go. So anything other than WoW, what have you guys been up to?
not much.
Yeah, not doing really much.
How was the wedding, if you guys don't mind sharing?
We
Go.
didn't go because
What?
I wanna
one.
go.
Uh,
I'm not a person for ceremonies, to be honest.
Understandable.
We went to
What about-
the-
Is it because you were sick or something?
that and we went to the debut and Edric disliked.
I don't know what that is. What's the boo?
It's basically an 18th
18th
birthday.
day.
I said 13th.
18th birthday for
For a daughter.
Yeah.
Oh. Is it Donna?
no,
You
she
know-
already had it.
Okay, I had it. Oh yeah, I think I was there or something. I don't know.
No, I don't
one
think
of
so.
them. I was.
Oh, yeah, you
I
were.
was there for one of her birthdays or whatever.
Where is this?
But yeah,
Well,
went to debut and no,
It was not-
and it was not fun.
Well, I mean, it was okay, but I mean, it's definitely not like the ceremonies are definitely not for us. Do you know what I mean?
understandable.
If I was going to host a party or like have ceremonies, it'd be entertaining for
Just you.
not just me. I mean, I'd be
Hopefully you're-
considerate to entertain
Yeah.
as many people as
As
possible.
Hopefully you're catering
But-
to your other people too.
Do you think that that debut was trying to entertain as many people as possible?
Nope,
What?
Just them.
just the parents.
Nice.
Legit.
That's kind of selfish. I think that's the right word in this.
Because for the
circumstance.
most part, ceremonies like that are super
Traditional.
not traditional, expensive, especially within today's climate. There's
Yeah.
absolutely no reason. Like, if you were to really examine the costs and what value you get out of it, other than the fact that it's just ceremonies, you don't really
Sentimental
get any.
values.
Yeah, sentimental value. You're legit just blowing money for no reason. So
No, you're feeding the economy, dude.
the
Giving
economy of
people
what?
jabs.
Jabs of what? Who are you
Um,
hiring other than your own family? And even then, it's mostly just you're trying to make.
The facility, the employees at the said facility.
They didn't hire any employees from the said facility.
Oh,
Yeah.
They legit just use the space.
facility. Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know.
All right,
You just
fair
blew
enough.
a lot of money for a ceremony
I see.
for just sentimental value
How?
because it's tradition. So
Before I get into our topic, what are your thoughts on tradition as a whole?
We had this discussion.
yeah, me and EJ were talking about this specifically on the way to the debut and on the way back.
Yeah.
Traditions as a whole were like, that's why I was going to elaborate.
I know. I appreciate it. Anyway, proceed.
We were talking about how memory palaces are a thing and how in olden times before literature and writing was established, the way knowledge was passed down through generations was via traditions and via like legitimate, significant sites in which you would practice a particular tradition, so that you could hand down knowledge through the generations, because you didn't have a form of writing or form of, and oral storytelling could only do so much, especially because people might forget a specific way a story was told and might be like reinvented multiple times
and embellish it.
Yeah.
Alright.
So by tying specific traditions to historical sites, you could inform future generations on how to live their life in such a way that would mean prosperity for their generation.
But this isn't very prosperous.
What do you mean?
The boo or whatever.
It's not prosperous now because the traditions now aren't thought with critical thought. Like, they're not adjusted for whatever challenges / obstacles come our way now in the present tense.
Yeah, one of the faults of tradition is not adapting to modern
It's
times.
basically a routine at this point. Like, they've forgotten the reason why they do it.
Yes, that's
Yes,
exactly
that's-
the reason.
They do it for the sake of the tradition, which is kind of sad, really.
Which is not why the tradition was put into place to begin with, right?
True.
It was to impart a specific way of living because it would lead to a more... Like, it's like why Jewish people have always believed, like, at least traditionally, if you were Jewish, you were not supposed to eat pork because that's a dirty meat, right? And that had some sort of rationale behind it, because back in the day, pork oftentimes was...
rolling around in feces and all that.
Yeah.
Yes.
oftentimes was dirty, right?
Yeah, carried
But
the plague.
like in the 21st century, we've processed and optimized
sterilized.
breeding of animals to the point where it's basically super clean eating for the most part. And yet these people still choose to cling on to the traditions and say, hey, I'm not going to eat pork because my sacred text tells me to, right? Rather than adapting to the conventions of today.
Yeah, the passage of time, if you will.
No, passage of time has nothing necessarily... Like, passage of time doesn't necessarily mean you've evolved to the point where you no longer need traditions. It's just the modernity of, like, technology and stuff would dictate how you should live your life.
EJ, your thoughts?
Well, we had we were start talking about like these landmarks such as the Stonehenge and the
Stonehenge particularly was a way of harvesting. No, not necessarily a way of harvesting, but telling the time and
when to
using the
harvest
sky as a reference, so that you could tell the seasons apart as a community and understand when specific events are going to happen, like a harvest moon or some type of it's the season to be harvesting wheat, or it's like now is the time we should be hunting animals. Like,
cool. So you're telling me people found the reason for the Stonehenge's existence?
No,
not necessarily. That's in theory. That's one of the things. Is that like places like Stonehenge, places of like sacred, like
land, sacred
areas that where many people took pilgrimage and like spent a significant amount of time or either worshiping or doing some type of activity there, wasn't just because they were religious fanatics. It's because there was some functional reason to do that.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I see.
Like,
also,
yeah, like the term sacred doesn't really imply that it's a religious context onto it.
Yeah.
Usually, in this context, sacred usually means an area where traditions are being used.
No, not necessarily being used, but just like this place has important information, significant information.
Okay, cool.
That's why there's certain hunting grounds that are sacred to certain tribes, because that's where they hunt their food.
Yeah, or specifically that's where like the migrational patterns of like specific animals or breeds of animals would go by during a specific season. They'd be like, oh, okay, now this is the time we go hunt.
Okay.
Yeah. Like there's sacred grounds for mating seasons for animals, and they'll hunt through there.
Cool.
But
Okay.
like they all managed to do this without any sort of literacy.
Yeah, because it's tradition.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah, I
the
get
use
that.
of tradition
Yeah, I
which
get that.
imparts knowledge,
Yeah.
which is the thing that's impressive. So I've learned to have an appreciation for traditions in the sense that in it's an efficient way of teaching young newer generations of how to.
Yeah, but it's not efficient now. I don't think. Because where everything is accessible.
I mean, you can argue that it could be used in such a way that it could be efficient now because the newer generation now has completely new obstacles to face, and we need to adapt in such a way
Change
to
these traditions.
to change the mindset of future generations. Let's take climate change for example, right? It's like our societies nowadays should be ingraining climate change into their constitutional rights just because of how deep of an issue and how overarching this issue is impacting society as a whole. And that's one way you could be using the whole tradition thing, knowledge, what do you call it? Convention, the tradition conventions to impart knowledge to future generations.
That's a fair
Like culturally speaking, we can change our ways so that the future generations have more of a chance to value specific cultural need or whatever.
Okay, fair enough. All right, before we hard segue into the topic, I'm gonna once again derail us and talk about the recent events,
Such as,
the Area 51 storming,
Yeah.
what about that?
in stock or whatever.
What about it?
Apparently, that actually happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a
I just
large
want some-
large group of people standing in front of a government enclosure.
Yeah.
I saw the news, and they interview one guy, and one guy says why would I not be here? It's a bunch of weird guys in costumes standing in front of a governmental place.
Nice.
It's a once in a lifetime chance to see
know
these
what?
kind of things happening.
I'm very glad that they didn't actually try to storm the place because they would have been mowed down like animals.
I don't.
I don't think they would have been mowed
No,
down, but they definitely they would have
been
been used
arrested.
tear gas and rubber bullets.
Rubber bullets.
I don't think riot forces would be around area. I think it's just more all military personnel kind of thing.
Yeah, but they'll have.
Yeah, but
they'll have tools to prevent people from going in.
It's called
Not
beating sticks.
No, okay, so they specifically you don't arm yourself with military weapons against civilians.
if you do, then you're putting immense pressure on the government.
No.
Image.
Remember when we went for that walk and I had that list of countries that used military force on their own people kind of thing?
Oh,
Yeah.
was America one of
One
them?
of them?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, okay.
Unless
good.
civil wars count, I don't know. Do they count?
So you mean to tell me we're in a civil war?
No, I'm just saying, they didn't use it for their own political. Wait, do I have to backtrack on that?
No, you're saying that
No,
do
'cause-
civil wars count?
Yeah, no, but
I mean that
was for
that
their
argument.
own political reasons.
It's
though.
completely irrelevant because we live in an age where a civil war isn't happening.
That's true.
Within America.
Oh,
at
okay, yeah.
least.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Put it.
So it's irrelevant.
I guess, in that regards. Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah, so it would make sense that that area will have means to.
Not necessary area, but
Subdue.
they definitely trained their staff at Area 51 for
You go to
Stuff.
Edge Beach there.
Stuff like that.
yeah.
Okay. So you're telling me they'd have rubber bullets and stuff?
Rubber bullets, tear
Probably
gas.
Yeah, tear gas for sure.
Or they have that sound blasting
Oh, like
neutralizing
the
thing.
High.
The very,
frequency
very
thing?
high frequency thing,
Sound,
could
yeah.
discombobulates people and makes them feel very bad, so they want to just
Nauseous,
leave.
yeah, and they just
Yeah.
yeah.
There's ways of convincing people not to stay
Water
through
hoses.
non-violent means, right?
War hoses is one of them. Yeah.
Just push people back. Yeah, I guess. But yeah, I'm totes glad that they didn't actually try to storm the place. But I'm just as surprised that people actually have went there. I thought I was underestimating the number of people that would have shown up. I just
You-
assumed that if people were to go, I thought it would have been maybe 10, a handful of people, like enthusiasts or people who just want
There've been reports of like stragglers way before this come about. Stragglers, people trying to get there.
Like before this whole event was planned.
Yeah, people really just wanted an excuse.
Yeah, people
to
just
go?
want
Oh.
an excuse to go to.
And this was the perfect excuse.
So wait, is that most of the edge pieces?
I
think so.
Anyway, yeah, like
from the looks of it, maybe.
don't. Why would you look at the camera? Like this is closer. Yep. Anyway, all right. Now re-segueing back to the topic is Bubuki Buranki. What were your thoughts? What were your first impressions? First thoughts about the show?
Edric called out that he already called it. That's gonna be a mech.
I should have known that it was going to be a mecha. I should have known.
Yeah.
Should have known.
Before you even watched the show?
Yeah, I should have known that every anime that you've recommended so far
far
needed some sort of mecha theme.
No,
to
wait.
it.
What was the first one I did? It wasn't Knights of Sidonia. That was the second one.
Oh,
No, the first one I did.
No, I'm talking about me.
Yeah, no, yours was Nice to doing. That was the first one.
Was that the first one?
Yes, yes. I did the first one,
Really? I know that.
which
I'm
was
talking about
Bonnie Girl Senpai.
I know that. I know that for sure. I'm talking about me. Was Knights of Sidonia really the first one?
Yes,
I
it
swear,
was.
What? I better look at the old
Mechas.
VODs.
Yeah, I should have known.
Yeah.
Should have known that it was going to be
It
a
was
mecha.
the first one. But yeah, I remember watching this first episode when I was young,
Younger.
when it first came
It
out,
was only like 3 years, dude. 4
and
years.
I distinctly remember not enjoying the first episode, so I didn't watch the whole entire anime.
Okay. Now rewatching it to its entirety because you were more or less forced to. What are your thoughts?
It was interesting how they tried to world build via a past event, then skipping it into then a 10-year gap to the current present day dilemmas.
I don't think that was interesting at all.
Let DJ talk.
But
more.
continue.
But like, I don't know. It didn't really say much. Like there's a character missing. There's a character missing that I think a lot of people were. I feel like should be more highlighted.
Who'd be that?
The sister of the twins.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Keep talking.
But nothing really stand out. Oh, that was also.
Oh, there was a lot of things that stood out to me, but okay, continue. Sorry, I'm interrupting.
In all, it's mainly forgettable for me. Other than the fight sequences, just nothing really stand out that will try to captivate me. That's how I felt about the whole entire that first episode. So that's why I lost interest.
Even on the second watch through because I basically forced you to. Alright,
Yeah.
Fair enough.
You, Edric?
Dude, the aesthetic was just so off-putting. I hated the aesthetic. I didn't understand why they chose.
3D.
No. I'm not talking about the way it was executed. I'm talking about specifically the character designs.
Oh.
Why?
They're too anime for you?
No.
It's not that it's too anime. It's just why did they choose that particular aesthetic? These people are supposed to be farm-raised country bumpkins because they're living on an asteroid.
Oh, you mean
and
like...
then
like
they come back to the
prologue,
Earth.
Yeah.
And then they're wearing like such ridiculous
Attire?
ostentatious clothes.
I don't know what that big word you just meant.
Ostentatious.
It's so over the top. Why is he wearing leggings with shorts? Why is he wearing a vest? Why is in a society that
Stick out, man.
definitely views their kind as
an
outcast / alien? Why is it that they choose to differentiate themselves with specific clothing that is ridiculous? It made me so angry.
That's great.
It's dumb. It's actually so ridiculous. It's like, why?
You want main characters to blend in with the background
If they were smart, yeah, why not? They're living in an oppressed society that's what seems to be dystopian. Why not choose to blend in with that society so you draw less attention to yourself?
Character design was just
The character design made no sense to me at all.
Wait, was that just for the main character or for like?
For every single character that's part of what seems to be the main character's posse.
Okay.
It was ridiculous.
Nice.
There's no reason for them to be wearing such outlandish clothing. Like, maybe the monster designs, the Bubuki or the whatever, the Buranki, their mecha weapons. Like, that's cool and all. Like, sure, that's great, but I mean, you're not making it inconspicuous. It's obviously very conspicuous what you're doing. And how is it that the security is so incompetent that it's taken them a while to track these people down and just catch them already? Like,
you mean the Hellgas stormtroopers? All right. Anything else you want to add about the show?
So character designs are dumb in my eyes.
All right.
The plot is completely predictable.
So you can predict the next season too, eh?
Is ridiculous. Like, eventually there's gonna be.
What are your predictions?
So there's right now some sort of like distress between the brother and the twin sister, and then eventually they're gonna reunite and use their powers together to control the Buranki that their mom gave them Ubu, so they can eventually save the world.
This guy's pretty good.
You
Like
know,
that's what's it's completely predictable.
That's pretty predictable, and I only
And
see
then-
the first. I mean, it's like only see the first episode.
The posse is filled with characters that are completely forgettable.
Yes,
And-
I agree to that.
Are like fill every single trope to the T of anime.
Yeah.
And then you see the antagonists with their own posse, and apparently they control society, but society dislikes them because they're also alien and they use bubunkis or whatever they're called, and they also wear such outlandish clothing too.
Hey man,
Like,
A
why?
little bit more conspicuous, but it's still outlandish.
because they're the villains, man. Like they want to have a what's that?
So
like a contrast
which
between,
villains in real life have actually worn outlandish clothing like that?
Hitler?
No.
No, he wore a uniform that was
Yeah,
in
which
line
was-
with all of his other soldiers.
To be part of that,
Kim Jong Un.
He still wears a
wears a
uniform.
I mean,
a suit
it looks
specifically.
kind of outlandish, just a bit.
To the degree of the anime outlandish?
I mean, come on, man.
What do you mean, come on, man? Don't come on, man, me. I'm asking you for examples, and you're giving me that don't even compare.
Like even the Joker, even the Joker that's supposed to be outlandish, wears basically civilian tuxedos that he made himself.
With ridiculous color choices, of very color choices that pop out, kind of thing.
Okay.
Villain, like, can I use anyone? Oh well, no. I'm trying to think of somebody in like real history that wore outlandish clothing.
Okay. Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Go for it.
You seem like you're drawing a blank here.
Yeah, I'm definitely drawing a blank. I'm trying to draw something.
So the argument that they are villains, hence they wear outlandish clothing, makes no sense.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, they want what's that? They want to make a contrast between the
Like
oppressed society.
like you can do that. You can show via their character designs the differentiate the antagonist or protagonist and the environment itself. But it doesn't have to be that outlandish.
I don't think it was too outlandish.
I
I mean,
think
the
so.
main characters, yeah, I can agree. They definitely stuck out with, like,
It wasn't just the
compared
main
to, like,
character.
I know. I was just about to get to the
Okay,
antagonist.
go
too.
ahead.
But as EJ would have said, like, they were a little less outlandish, even though they were. I mean, that one dude was wearing that gun. Dude with the gun was wearing just like a suit and a hat.
And then, like, the fight scenes were completely forgettable. The guy shot a gun that made a big explosion. Okay, and then there was a purple-haired lady that was part of the teenagers' posse who shot her sniper rifle, made a big explosion.
Yeah, man.
Great fight scene. Big explosions across the board.
Maybe Michael Bay.
And then the one action sequence in where the character is using unique what seems to be weapons in the form of a sword, you don't even get to see her use it.
True.
You just see like the eyes go through the wall, and it's like, oh, okay.
And then
Gone.
the Hellgas stormtroopers get killed off screen.
Yeah. So to me, it was I don't know. Like I don't know what's the appeal here to people other than like
Outlandish
cool character design.
Yeah, outlandish.
What people
character
perceive
design,
as cool character design.
So you would have been okay. You would have been more accepting of the show had the characters worn more civilian clothing, kind of thing.
Well,
As a start, because you have a lot more to complain about the show.
I would think he would be more accepting of the show if the characters' designs are more reflective of the environment.
Of the circumstances that which they find themselves in. Because the teenager, like whatever is it, Azuma?
Yeah,
Is that his
Azuma,
name?
yeah.
And his sister's what? Koraku? Kaoruku?
Yeah.
Yeah, something along.
Something along the lines of that. Like, so they understand implicitly that they're the sons and daughter of a witch or a pariah considered by society, and yet they choose to remain completely conspicuous and let people recognize them from face value. And for some reason, they keep their identity papers and all of their like personal belongings on them, so that when people actually find them, I can take that stuff away from you, and then I can identify you immediately oust immediately as the son/daughter of this witch. That's considered a social pariah. Like that in itself is like that's ludicrous. Like why would you? Like, even if you are a teenager and you have no idea how society works, you would still be super cautious and not carry any of that on you.
I was just going to say maybe the main character is an idiot.
No, even if you're an idiot. From the fact that 10 years later he's still surviving in that society, who would need either that society and their authority is completely incompetent, or...
Actually, they actually explained that in the second season.
Like, it just made no sense.
The fact that it took one full season to explain it is bad in itself.
And if
they don't take a full
and
season,
if that society
on the next season,
and if that society was that incompetent to let this one kid leave and like he can mess around for the next 10 years, even though they were looking for him, how did this society manage to make a dystopian society? How did this society manage to oppress so many people if they were so incompetent finding one kid?
Well, I don't think we're just...
I would think it would be more like The Giver, where everybody, if they're that incompetent, it'll be more like The Giver, where they'll be like happy and all that stuff.
Yeah, so
wouldn't it?
Yeah. Okay, so...
Okay.
Well,
go ahead.
Hold on, let me keep drawing blanks here. Well, they weren't looking for him. Well, okay, hold on.
They are looking for him.
Hold on. Let me try to word myself properly.
Okay, go ahead.
So you know when the main character gets captured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that interrogator dude with the cool eyeball eyeglasses is all like, "Your mom's a witch because she brought dystopia to the."
That was the worst interrogation / torture scene of all time.
There weren't any torture, so you can't say it's a torture scene.
But I mean, you're a dystopian society. You might as well should be, especially if you know that you're dealing with a superhuman.
Well,
like, it's ridiculous. And for some reason, they wanted to hold the torture / interrogation scene in the longest conference room of all time, in which is a table.
It was a design choice. It was a design choice.
Super long.
It's a
so unnecessarily long.
Because it had space to fill.
And it had great proper lighting. Like, I'm fine with the great proper lighting, but that's no way. You were no way going to intimidate your subject like that. Not to mention, when they were trying to threaten the teenager, he just smacked his photos around, rather than smacking the kid around.
Well, that's a good point. So you're telling me that interrogation would have been better if the lighting was super dim and the interrogator would shine the lights on the kid's face or whatever?
Yeah, it would sound more oppressed.
Or
the world.
Or they left a bag on his head and they just threatened him, and so they couldn't know who his interrogators were.
Yeah.
There's many ways they could have done this.
But much better.
And for some reason,
Just
even though they deal with their leaders who are Bubunki and they understand have supernatural powers, didn't make the room fail safe against it. And so Kogane, whatever her name is, who seems to be the childhood friend of Azuma or whatever the guy, manages to just walk into the room with a hand weapon. Super easy like.
They gotta have incompetent stormtroopers as
It makes no sense.
as authority personnel, so the kids could have a fighting chance.
Plot
'cause
armor right there, right?
Yeah, that's plot armor, man.
You could make it more intense and more
Believable.
thrilling. Actually, if you
more
make it feel more impressed.
And more convincing.
Yeah.
So, they actually fight, the stormtroopers actually fight back.
Well, it's more, or more of the make the whole entire interrogation part more intense.
Or have some sort of emotional stake. There was no emotional stake
whatsoever.
Emotions,
Yeah.
like other than the fact that the kid just got angry that his mom was called the witch. That's the thing that sets you off. Not the fact that they're about to kill you. Not the fact that they have weapons and are threatening to do awful things to you. The thing that sets you off is the fact that they called your mom a witch. You have no sense of self-preservation. But when your mom gets called a witch, oh boy, do the guns get pulled out.
Maybe the main character's an idiot.
If he's an idiot, then why am I watching the show?
For the other characters, man.
What other characters? None of them get fleshed out. The only character that gets fleshed out is the sister and that guy. That's it.
Wait, which guy?
Azuma.
Oh, okay.
That guy.
And he wasn't even that fleshed
And he wasn't even that fleshed out. But I'm saying, what an awful pilot episode or hooking episode. If the people that are the most fleshed out are so freaking bland.
The goal.
The only thing carrying the show was the fact that they had a particular aesthetic that I severely disliked and was completely world-breaking.
Yeah, it is world-breaking.
But I'm saying that's the only thing carrying the show.
For you, anyway.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah. All right. I actually thoroughly enjoyed this.
Did you watch?
Did you like it?
Did you like the whole series?
No. Did you like the first episode?
Upon my second viewing, I thought it was a little bit lacking compared to the first watching, I guess.
Okay.
First viewing.
What was the first viewing? How old were you, and what put you in the mind state that would
4 years younger.
Okay, then what made you think that you would enjoy the first?
Robots are cool, so therefore I have to continue to watch it.
I went to that when I first saw it, the first saw it when it first came out. I went through that mindset, robots are cool.
So therefore,
Saw that. No, wait, I'm not done. I saw the episode, and I'm like,
You guys.
Okay, this is not good.
No, but you guys are saying robots are cool, but nothing of the show
Yeah.
had any redeemable factor about the robots.
Yes.
Hey, wait,
That's what turned it off for
What
me.
about the evil robots on the prologue where they woke
Oh,
up?
so I saw them woke up. I see them wake up and walk around for a bit, and they have scary red eyes.
Yes.
And then that's awesome.
and then they
Sure.
fall, and then they fall to the earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Like
Okay.
And
I was going into this hoping that there would be cool robots, and it came out of it with, this is such a boring anime. There's nothing about it.
And also, this is Voltron with teenagers.
How is this
It's
Voltron?
Voltron. No, it's not Voltron.
This is post episode 1. That's what happens.
Oh yeah,
it's
because of the
basically
implication
Voltron.
of the left arm and the stuff. Oh yeah, but even then, it's not even the way they imply that it's gonna be a Voltron-esque
Thing.
anime. It was horrendous. The only tidbit that you get from the first episode was the left arm of Bubuki.
It's
Left
actually
hand.
Left hand.
It's actually the right.
I don't know, but I'm just saying as a whole, it just
And
makes.
it's horrendous.
Damn. You guys are just brutalizing this show.
Because it's not very good.
I get you. Upon my second watching, is they could have done the show a little bit better. Not gonna lie. Like
A lot better, in my opinion.
I've had rose tinted glasses when I had my first viewing.
You had a lot of rose-tinted glasses.
It's true,
You've
absolutely,
seen a lot
absolutely.
Of animes.
Yeah.
You binged through so much. Binged 3 times more than what I usually try to watch.
Mostly because I
No,
have
but
the philosophy of finishing my plate.
like, I don't understand what makes people think this is cool.
The eyeball weapons, dude.
Okay, so what part of them made it cool other than the fact that one of them seems to have a personality? Because literally the entire fight scene was everyone just explodes.
It's true.
So what part of that is cool? Because like you could have just replaced eyeball weapon with bazooka.
Yeah.
It's true. But it doesn't have eyeballs, man. It's not about the explosion.
I think the rockets will be a lot better than
Hey man,
than just eyeball robots.
you don't know that. Also, they can fly.
But why?
I know.
Like that's not. How does this set itself apart from every other anime? It doesn't.
Yeah. Not a lot of anime. Wait, that's a lie. A lot of anime with robots usually do Voltron stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Gurren
Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim. Wait, they don't.
It's not even an anime, but I'm saying Pacific Rim did it better.
Oh, I thought you were referencing Pacific Rim as a Voltron show.
No.
Not in the slightest, because they come as a whole piece. No assemblies required.
Like, it just. I don't.
Even like the old school Power Rangers
We're way cooler.
or Sentai Force were way much better.
We're way
than-
cooler.
No,
Yes.
because they're too over the top. They're more over the top.
Yeah, but they embraced it.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's
But like when your world building relies on a dystopian society and you being conspicuous within it, and then you're gonna break that world building by not following any of your rules that you've set. You've already like not ludo dissonance, but you've made such a
You're shooting for the
No.
moon, I say.
No, you're breaking my immersion.
That's a fair point.
At least with Power Rangers, I already know it's completely over the top, and that some of the enemies are completely over the top. Well, okay, that's great. That's good. Okay,
So-
I realize that's part of the
You're telling
show.
me a show should either like go big or go home kind of thing.
No, I'm telling you, a show needs to establish its themes and its world building, and then respect those limitations, and either subvert them
Or
embrace them and
further
execute its story within those confines.
like Knights of Sidonia.
Yeah. Sure.
Like, even though that was a mech build, the world building of that was pretty good.
It was good, but the execution was kind of bad because it was all exposition via dialogue.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, still, like, at least this had not necessarily exposition via dialogue all the time. Even though the main mechanics of Bubuki, yada yada yada, had exposition via dialogue, the story was implied that it was a dystopian society being controlled by these people, and that these people have supernatural powers that they took from the Branchi, and that the Branchi weren't necessarily of this world. Like, at least that was all told implicitly and wasn't exposition via dialogue, but still.
Barf up more lore. Okay, so I can clearly see that you guys didn't like this show.
Did not like the
I
show.
did not like
Alright,
it.
so how many anime reviews did I make you guys do? Like three?
Three, and
Alright, I
all,
need you
and
guys to do
two of the three were bad.
Well,
I
mean,
need you. They were all bad in regards.
Well,
Because-
Knights of Sidonia wasn't bad. per
Knights
se.
of Sidonia was bad in terms of execution.
Bad in terms of
I need you guys to
execution,
do
but-
like a. I hate lists, but I need you guys to do like a tier,
You want
like
to rank
top-
these?
best to worst kind of thing. I know they're all bad. Some less than others. That's why I need you guys to do like the best. To worst
I need
of
my
the
other
worst.
glasses. I can't see the pieces well enough to understand how they fit together.
Bring them close to your eyes. Take off your
No,
glasses and bring them.
I need better. That doesn't work. I'm
Just
not
zoom-
nearsighted.
Then
I need to go get my reading glasses.
Give me a tier list. Top 3.
Top 3
Knights of Sidonia.
of
Heavy
your
Hunter.
of the enemies
Yeah.
that we saw from you.
Yeah. The 3 mecha animes.
Okay, so
I'm a
here it
mecha
is.
animes.
not okay. So like
Top.
top is like Cowboy Bebop /
No, that we saw from him.
No, I'm just saying like good animes.
Okay.
Like the top is like Cowboy Bebop / what?
Genesis.
Give me some other good animes.
Yeah.
Oh, Ghost in the
Genesis.
Shell.
Literally anything
I
from
don't
like the
really.
90s.
Not Neon Genesis. I don't
No,
know.
I-
That's a good one.
Blast.
keep going.
Me.
Ghost in the Shell.
Ghost in the Shell's pretty good.
It's okay. Keep going.
I like.
Give me some.
Gintama?
It's nah, not really.
Would you also include American animation also into the list?
No, anime.
Monster is apparently a good one, right?
Monster.
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood's apparently a good one too.
Yeah, Full Metal.
Those ones are like
Cult
near the
classic.
top,
Yeah.
right? Then you have like, this is like below average, Knights of Sidonia,
Yeah.
Below average.
and then
It's not
like
even-
way below Knights of Sidonia, like above where it's just like pandering to the audience.
Yeah.
You have both Heavy Object and Buranki Bubuki, whatever the show is. You have both of those shows.
Well, like which one?
Where-
Of the two,
They're
which
both
one?
equally bad.
Where would you put
I would prefer to watch
Body Girl Senpai?
above
Average.
Knights of Sidonia.
Okay.
Oh, wait. I gotta ask. Is there a bit of a personal bias just because the three that I mentioned had robots in
No.
them? Oh,
No.
okay.
It's just that flat out, they are, especially Heavy Object, was flat out pandering to the audience the entire time. And it was world breaking because for some reason these two idiots who have military training are so incompetent at what they do, they haven't managed to be kicked out of the military.
You don't know that. Maybe that was their second day at work or something.
He had smart bullets and was unable to catch a moose.
Maybe the smart bullet only aims for human heads or whatever.
The fact that you're trying to defend
I
it
know.
doesn't give well to the whole entire anime.
I'm not even trying to defend it.
I know.
I'm just trying to create meaningless conflict, because that's what I kind of do. It's hilarious. The best. All right. I gotta find a good robot show for this guy.
Good luck with that.
Don't recommend me any, because I'm probably just gonna go with like Gurren Lagann or something.
I don't even think Girl Lagann will be enough for
I don't know. I've heard about Gurren Lagann and it's almost just as bad. That's pandering
There's a
in
lot of
terms of
pandering in it.
Blasphemy.
There's a lot of pandering in that also.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it.
It's like I want a show
Yeah.
that owes the audience nothing and just shows you a good story.
I think I got one. Not gonna spoil. No,
Okay.
that's for next time, my friend. That is for next time. I need.
Like a good show like
It works.
like
No, I'm
Mindhunter,
gonna write it in my head.
like Mindhunter.
That's not fair. That is not
severely
fair.
exceptional.
Mindhunter is. Oh wait, never mind. Not an anime, so therefore a moot point. No. But as a show in general, I'm just gonna assume that it's a very good show because both of you guys really like it.
Really good.
Wait, do you think that show is like has an acquired taste kind of thing?
No.
No.
I think if you appreciate cinema and film, you would appreciate Mindhunter
Yeah.
for what it has to offer.
Oh man, that means
Like-
I won't be able to because I have smooth brains.
There's a lot of dense writing into it. A lot of good cinematography
I'm not good at
elements.
digesting that stuff. I gotta watch it like a million times.
Oh, this one fits together. Oh, that's satisfying.
Cause like how did the just character movements in that show, like
Oh,
In what show?
in Mindhunters,
Mindhunter?
like
character movement.
yeah,
Wait,
just actors or characters just moving to certain areas or doing certain
Moving between scenes.
moving between scenes or actions highlights certain character traits about them, which is
Okay.
amazing.
that's cool. I got a question now that you brought that up.
Mm-hmm.
Animation versus live action.
Yeah.
Like in general, like which one would you think would be easier to execute? Because I'm pretty sure like you can.
What does
you can
execute? Like, what are you
like-
hoping to execute?
No, like-
Thematically? Like,
No, like let's take like Mindhunter for example.
Okay.
I haven't seen the show, but I can because you guys can vouch for its solid quality of like subtle character movements that like really show what the characters are like, their personalities and intents are like.
Mhm.
Like, and I can safely assume that you can achieve something either the same or something extremely similar with animation.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Yeah. So, but which medium can execute that easier? And more
What does
expressive?
easier mean? Like less time, more time? Like does easier mean like it's easier to get
Manpower
across?
or
That's a good question. Like
Like what do you mean by
let me-
easier?
Let me try to elaborate here.
Does this fit?
yeah, it does.
Like,
Wait, does that
You
does
might
that
want to
fit?
move to your right a little bit.
Does this fit?
Yeah, it does fit.
No, I'm saying like that matches.
Yes, it does matches.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Oh, really?
I
I
don't
can't really see from this part.
Me neither. I'm wearing shades, dude.
Does this match? I think it does.
Yeah, it does.
Okay,
it
good.
does.
Alright. Hold on. I'm still trying to think of what I'm trying to
Say with your
Yeah.
question.
like.
Because I can name some animations that are basically on par with
Kill any. Anything
with
kill any.
live action, or maybe in some cases maybe better, and vice versa.
Okay.
Nope. That doesn't fit.
Man, English is so hard. Or expressing things is so hard because I'm just very inept at it.
Because you don't practice enough.
I know.
Yeah.
You gotta
I know
just keep.
why.
Because you think you're. Because oftentimes you like to downplay what your opinions are, and then when you don't get a chance to
Fully
to express
express it.
them.
Well, you guys. While I think about this, you guys could talk about whatever you guys want to talk about to fill the time.
Like, oh man, like one animation that I think is better or has so much high quality praise into it is Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse.
Is your counter opinion or counterpoint?
Visually speaking, yeah, it's great. In terms of writing, it's okay.
Yeah, in terms of writing, it's okay.
It's okay. There's nothing
In
ground.
terms of plot, it's
you can see
it's
that shit
okay
a mile
also.
away.
But
It's
like,
not. Yeah, you could see it a mile
Mile away,
away,
yes.
but
like
in terms of sound design, it's flat out amazing. But in terms of like
animation, and
overall, it's a good movie. But writing specifically and dense dialogue, it has some witty writing. It has some good writing, but it's not amazing.
Like Noir Spider-Man, best boy. Anyway, I'm still trying to.
But like there would be cases where it has like moments of highlighting like cinematography esque animations.
Okay.
They even go so far as the frames itself highlighting the characters,
Yeah.
and not frames. As
Not
like,
necessarily highlighting, but you mean like explores
explores character development.
development.
Like Noir Spider-Man.
No, not like how you know how animation works. It goes through frames.
Yeah. I mean,
Right. So a standard animation film
24 or
is
something.
24 frames, so it
like
looks
that.
pretty choppy. A high def goes to 30, and the highest quality goes to 60.
60. Yeah.
Yes. So if you notice very carefully, Miles is all of his animation up to his growth as Spider-Man. Into the climax of his Spider-Man hood, it all run around 24 frames. Whereas Peter P. Parker, the main Parker from the main Spider-Man, Gwen even, they all run around 30 to 60 frames.
I did not know that because I've only seen the movie once. Wait, you noticed that on their first viewing? Damn, that's impressive.
No, I didn't know this was my first viewing.
Oh.
It's somebody. I saw a video and they highlight this, and this is amazing how detailed things animators or even directors will do just to try to highlight characters.
Okay. Huh. That's interesting.
So like
I
yeah,
like how they actually use the frames itself.
Yeah, because
To
you get a choppy sensation when you're watching Miles because
Miles.
he's being shot at a slower frame rate than
then
That's
all the other
That's-
Spider-Man, and by the end of it, you know
he matches the same
same
frame
frame
rate.
rate. You notice how the whole entire scene when he goes through the evolution and jumps off the building, everything is smooth. Everything, all his jumps and running is smooth.
I did not notice that on my first viewing. which is
Not a lot of people would notice
currently
it.
my only view.
No, you notice it intuitively speaking.
Yeah.
I
You're not
didn't
you're not
notice it,
necessarily
to be
going to be able to process it and critically think about it and be cognizant that that's what you're watching. But as you watch it as the first time viewer, someone who doesn't even know about those techniques, inherently you understand the mood / emotion / themes that are put behind those choices.
Okay. All right. I'm still trying to think about what I was trying to ask regarding the subtlety in animation versus live action. Because those are like apples and oranges, basically.
Depends.
Well, let me ask you guys this. In general, which medium executes that more? I don't want to use the word better. It's like more consistently. There you go.
There's no consistency. It just comes down to the director and who's doing the
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
the
Yeah.
movie.
That's
Movie, and same with the animation.
Yeah.
Who's directing these animations and who's, because it's like a writer basically.
true.
Yeah, you get different.
You get different
Does
tastes
this
from.
match?
No, it doesn't.
Really?
You get different tastes from different different authors.
It's true,
and
yeah,
different
they have their own
authors have different
styles,
styles, and it caters to certain people. So the only way you could, like, consistency is very rare.
It's true.
Like, you have to, like, you have to pick a certain director or animator, and then look through his catalog of his or her portfolio, and see how consistent or what ranges that director or animator done. Like, me and Edric only scratched the surface of David Fincher's movies and cinematography.
Well, he did Fight Club.
He did Fight Club, yeah.
Wow. Well, this is a guy that did Mindhunter.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And
Did the
we
same-
also did only scratch the surface of who's the one that did the Batman trilogy?
Christopher
Nolan.
Nolan.
Christopher Nolan. He also did
He's okay.
He
Christopher
Zack
Nolan's
Snyder.
not Zack Snyder,
Christopher Nolan's okay. It's not that.
but he also has a catalog of films that he does, and some of them were praised pretty well, and some of them weren't praised really well also.
Like Interstellar.
Yeah.
Not being praised after on a second viewing.
But like like I said earlier, you have to nitpick certain animators and see their,
Okay. That's fair.
because you have to like.
Plus, like, the people who are good at their craft, I can guarantee you, they make it look easy and effortless, but
Oh, no.
the amount of takes and the amount
yeah.
of time they sink into everything they do is so much more than people.
Exactly. Yeah, I know that.
Like, there's a saying,
So as long as you're willing to invest the time yourself, you'll get the
the quality.
quality and
Yeah, you're right.
the results that you want to achieve. I
Like,
like how my dad is just talking there.
in the laundry room.
It's nice.
That's fine. He's a guest star, off screen.
Oh, nice.
You got your puzzles.
Speaking Tagalog.
Tagalog.
Tagalog, I know. I just like to pronounce it
I know.
as it's spelled.
As a spell. I don't blame you,
Tagalog.
because we also do that with English also. We like to
How
discredit.
do you pronounce English as it's spelled? Isn't like you spell out English?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you pronounce it English as well? Like how else would you pronounce English?
I don't know.
English.
Yeah. It's
English.
it takes a lot of practice of filtering around your pronunciation or enunciation of certain words. Like,
Well, yeah, you're right. You're right.
uh,
There's a nuance that I'm not seeing here.
I've been watching a lot of Loading Ready Run people, and they're basically a group of actors. And
improv actors.
Improv actors specifically, and they love to misenunciate a lot of words.
Nice.
Yeah, it's practice.
It's practice, and so like during their magic games, it's like this card has Menace in it, which is supposed to be menace.
Oh, nice. Also, segueing into magic now.
Yeah,
Sorry, we'll get back to whatever topic that we're talking about, like English pronunciation.
So no, but okay, just before we leave the topic, why is it that you?
Why do I like it?
Yeah.
Slash
like it slash.
Like
No,
what?
but
Well, why do I gravitate to it?
yeah, why is it that you gravitate towards it?
It's usually
Like, how is it
it's
that
mostly-
you weren't
it's
turned
mostly-
off by it? Because I got immediately turned off.
Usually on my first viewing, because for one, I got a smooth brain, so nothing, like everything impresses me. And two, well, that's about it. Yeah. On my first viewing, I usually I usually go in with like a not very analytical, but just like a positive things like, hey, this might be not bad. I'll give it a shot.
I had the exact same.
But
mentality
you're
going
more,
into it.
But here's the thing, though. You're more analytical than I am. That I'll probably ever be.
Well, then explain EJ's
because
position.
He's once again more analytical than me. Like
No, but he's not as analytical as I am,
Yeah,
and
but
yet
he-
still reach the same conclusion.
Yeah, but I'm saying like you two, both of you are more analytical than I am.
But
Well-
it doesn't take that much analysis to really refine your taste to a point where you're not consuming poop enemies all the time.
Hey man.
Well, Edric basically taught me saying like you just got to figure out what parts that you thoroughly enjoy yourself from the enemies that you enjoy, and then grab those and see if you could
Distill them.
Instill them in certain.
No, not instill. Distill them.
Distill them in certain formats or media or even other animations.
Also, I think I also have this mentality of because I like one aspect, I have to finish a play. Also, I have to finish a play regardless of what I do, kind of thing.
That's fine.
That's fine.
But I mean, how did this not? Like, there were so many things
Rose-tinted
that
glasses, dude. On my first
turned
viewing,
me
I was
off.
like 4 years younger, so I had even smoother brain than.
Even then, I was less analytical back then. And when I first saw this anime, I was like, "This doesn't look enjoyable." Like I remember seeing the first 2 episodes.
no,
and
I'm not
I was just turned off of it.
rapping on your tastes specifically. I'm just saying that
Why?
like there were so many things that left a bad taste in my mouth. Why is it that you still continue to?
Trudge through this.
Yeah.
On my first viewing, I didn't really think about like character design being outlandish and exposition via dialogue and stuff like that. I was just watching it for the sake of watching it, and I thought that the weapon designs were cool, like the right hand glove, big hand, and the 2 swords. I thought on my first viewing, I thought the Hellgas Stormtroopers were hilarious because they're super incompetent. Yeah, they managed to arrest a kid. Good job, but they get beaten up by another kid. Granted, they have like superpowers and super weapons. But on my second viewing, it's all like, man, these guys are super incompetent. Like, who hired them? Also, yeah, like, I noticed that some of the expositions were a little bit too forced, kind of thing. Like, I'm still seeing it from on my second viewing, I saw it from a bit more analytical point of view.
Yeah.
But because I still have like nostalgia, when I first saw it, I was like, oh my god, explosions are so cool.
But the explosions weren't even that cool though.
Like no, I'm just saying that there was a factor of nostalgia. When I first saw it, I thought it was cool. But on my second viewing, it's all like, it's not as impressive, but because I saw it and I thought it was cool the first time, I guess I have to stick around, kind of thing. I know that's a bad practice. I know. I gotta fix that. But yeah, that's usually the reason why. Also because I gotta finish my plate when it comes to doing anything like watching anime, eating food, watching shows, kind of thing.
No, but eating food makes sense because you don't want to waste food.
Yeah.
But watching anime, like, what of it are you actually wasting? You're actually just wasting your own time at that point, aren't you?
It's true. Yeah.
That's a tricky balance.
It's true. Yeah.
And
Yeah, I don't
But-
think it's a
but
tricky
don't
balance
listen-
at all. I think
You
it's
gotta
just
learn
like
to just drop shit.
no,
I know
not
that.
necessarily just learn to drop shit. It's just like why is it that like I understand there's some decent qualities to this anime and that some people can learn to enjoy it, but I just feel like you have such better taste than that.
Me?
Yeah.
Are you kidding? Name me one time when I had a good taste in anything other than boob.
I mean, you
I
have
have no-
you have perfectly fine taste in video games. You like Monster Hunter. You like all these other like good games.
But those
There's
those
nothing-
are super niche though. Like let's.
It-
it's not
just,
for every,
just
it's not
because
catered
you
for
have a specific taste in a particular medium
doesn't
necessarily mean that.
it could be applicable.
No, I'm saying that there's a huge likelihood that there's going to be crossovers in other forms of media that's going to lead you down the same genre / tastes of whatever media it is. So if you enjoy dystopian future / novels, you're going to most likely enjoy movies that represent the same field. Or video games that represent the same field. And I'm saying like you have perfectly fine tastes in terms of video games, like Metal Gear Solid, like Monster Hunter, Yakuza. Like those are perfectly great games.
Really?
Yeah, they're great games in their own right, and yet you're stooping to such ridiculously low standards when you transition to watching anime.
Where you could actually probably maintain that same standard when you're.
Because, like, if I showed you a stealth game that was trying to emulate Metal Gear Solid and did a lot of executions wrong, you would immediately spot that and you would say, this is completely inferior to Metal Gear Solid, right?
Yeah.
But then, when it comes to anime and you watch, like, not necessarily a poor quality anime, just you watch a mediocre anime, you'll give its praises and then you'll oversell it. When in reality, you have consumed beforehand good anime, but you still choose to lower yourself and just stay at the standard of, well, this is impressive enough, so therefore I'm going to watch the whole thing.
That's a fair point.
Right? So it's like, why is it that you choose to do that with anime?
I think. Okay.
Not with games.
There are 2 points I'd like to point out.
Go ahead.
The first is when it comes to anime, I'm absorbing the medium very passively, whereas like something like a video game, I'm actively involved in it.
What
I'm playing
makes
an avatar
what
or
makes
a character.
anime more of a passive experience
Because I'm
for you?
sitting and watching something that I have no control over, kind of thing. Like in a video game, I have more or less full control over what my character can do.
So-
But when it comes to anime, like everything is basically scripted.
So when you lose agency, you feel you become less immersed?
Kind of. I don't know.
No, I'm not saying there's no right way of viewing this. I'm just asking because
Questions.
just to get to know you better, right?
Mm.
Because me personally, it's not so much about agency that means immersiveness. What means immersiveness is both world building and my like mentality going into it. If I am of a mentality where it's like I have no regard for this sort of thing, I have no respect on this topic, obviously I'm not going to get immersed. But if I'm open-minded and willing to get into a specific topic or novel, no matter how mundane, no matter what it is, I'm going to immerse myself as close as I can so I can get whatever experience, a more genuine experience for myself.
Right.
Immersion doesn't mean agency at all to me.
Fair enough. Also, I'd like to point out my second point.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I think it mostly comes down to first impressions for me, anyway, personally.
Okay.
For example, when I first watched like Heavy Object,
Yeah.
like I really kind of didn't like the main characters, like as you guys said.
Yeah.
And on my second viewing, that really like
Solidified.
and other things that I didn't notice really stuck out. Like there were a lot of fucking dialogues, like
Yeah.
a lot of dialogues. On my first viewing, I didn't even notice. I first thought like these main characters are kind of a goofball and idiots.
Mhm.
But when it comes to like Bubuki and Branky, like because I was so like on my first viewing, it left me enough of a positive like note So on my second viewing, like I did notice like some flaws, like
Mhm.
like there were. I feel like some of the dialogues wasn't necessary, like and stuff like that. But because my first viewing had a bit more of a positive impact than something like Heavy Object, I was a little bit more lenient to the show.
So why is that the case? Why
I
is it
think
that
it's
you're
like
willing to?
It's like a me thing that I should probably fix.
Well, I also noticed that you tend to run anime in the background while playing games or doing something.
No, that's more of like a recent thing. Like back then when I watched anime, like I was like 100% absorbed. I wasn't doing anything else
Oh, okay.
other than watching anime. Like just recently when my like attraction, my interests towards anime has dwindled down. That has become more of like a background thing. Like, but I wouldn't. Here's the thing though. Like I wouldn't put anime as like a background thing if it's something that I've never watched. Like if it's like a brand new anime that I'm interested in, like I'd watch that and not do anything else. But if it's like, oh, I want some background noise, I'll throw in like an anime that I've already watched because I already know what's gonna happen, kind of thing.
Okay.
So yeah, I should definitely fix the whole rose tinted glasses, nostalgia goggles, or whatever.
Oh,
I
I
should
mean,
probably definitely take them off.
It's not that you have to take them off. You just need to inherently know that you have a bias there and that you were more, what do you call it? Inclined to
your biases.
No, more inclined to be lenient on
Yeah, more
things
forgiving.
when you get a good first impression. Like me personally, I'll be cognizant of and conscious of what my first impression was, but I know for the most part that my first impression means absolutely nothing in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, I
Like
guess so.
the first impression will teach me more so about my own biases than it'll teach the show.
Oh, okay.
It'll reveal more qualities from myself than qualities of the thing that I'm examining to begin with. So that's the mindset I take when it comes to first impressions, is that what of this did I learn about myself? I'm not going to instantly figure out what good things or what specific qualities a piece of media has based on the first viewing. That's just completely unrealistic. That if something is meaningful and is dense with information, I'm not going to be a super genius and be able to extrapolate all that information in one go. But I am fallible enough to realize that my first impressions reveal more so things about myself.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get you. That's a fair point. Okay.
So, you were speaking about magic earlier?
Oh yeah. Fuck. Oh yeah. The new block coming out.
Yeah.
I've been browsing a little bit for mythic spoilers and stuff.
Yeah.
Damn, why is Grimm's Fairy Tale and Magic the Gathering now?
Well,
What's up with that?
They're exploring Arthurian and Fables legends,
Yeah.
and so
I mean, some of them are literally ripped off from Grimm's Fable.
Yes.
Seven Dwarves, Jack and the Beanstalk.
yeah, but
Magic
they
Mirror.
but they tried to twist it in some way to be more inclined of the magic universe.
Yeah. Like how the Seven Dwarves are like a badass instead of like goofy Disney characters.
Well, no,
I think
Goofy
they were
Grimm's
always
Fable.
they're
badasses.
always
Grimm's
badasses.
Fable characters.
Grimm's Fable characters are pretty
Grim?
unreal. Yeah, but like they're also taking like stuff from other pop cultural things such as Monty Python and some Arthurian legends. Because there's this card, and I showed this to Edric. There's this card called the Sword Knight. Oath Sword Knight.
Isn't that the black one?
Yeah, it's
super cool.
It's one generic black.
Yeah, I know.
For a black knight, human knight, which says when it enters the battlefield, it enters.
It's not star, it's 0-0.
It's 0-0.
Oh, Oh, okay. You mean the Black Knight?
Yeah, and when it enters the
Literally
battle.
Monty Python.
Yeah, it's literally from Monty. When it enters the battlefield, it gets 4 counters onto it.
Yeah.
Must attack, if able, in every turn, in every combat phase, and if it's gonna take combat damage,
Remove.
instead prevent that combat damage and remove one counter.
How would it work with that? Anyway, yeah, it's literally from that's Monty Python's Black Knight. I know that one.
Yeah.
Or even the buy box promo.
Buy
Yeah,
box promo?
have you seen the
No, I
mythic
haven't.
that's of the buy box promo?
No, I haven't. Also, you want to split? If you we can buy a box. We can split 50-50. I'm down, dude.
It's pretty expensive.
It's
man.
$100.
Okay.
It's $50 each.
Well, I'm saving up to buy the brawl decks
You know what? Fair enough.
because the brawl. Have you seen the brawl decks?
No, I haven't. No.
There's a fairy deck.
Oh yeah, the Esper one.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so good.
I thought you're gonna take that.
I didn't.
It's basically your calling
No.
for every
it's-
artifact or enchantment that enters the battlefield.
know.
Create one blue fairy.
I know.
Has-
It would have been. Not gonna lie. When
Has
I first
flying,
saw that,
dead touch,
and,
and
like,
vigilance.
lifelink, yeah.
And lifelink.
I know. I've seen the card and I was like, this would have been perfect.
It's exclusive on the brawls deck. You can't get them in the packs.
Fuck. As I was saying, it would have been perfect. The only thing that held me back that it was Esper and not Grixis. I know it makes sense more with the enchantment and the artifact because it's Esper, but I'm more of a Grixis kind of guy.
Well, I'm gonna get the Bant deck, Cthulhu.
Wait, is the Brawl deck just like Commander but smaller?
It's command standard.
Okay,
Those don't fit, right?
Rumor
Does that
have it.
fit?
I don't think so.
I don't know. Rumor has it that if
I'm
you
gonna
buy
go
the
get my
brawl decks,
glasses.
Right.
rumor has it that if you buy the brawl decks, that you're able to also play them on
Any other game modes?
on arena.
Oh,
Because the brawl they did a brawl weekend
cool.
on arena. Did you not see that?
No,
Brawl
no, I
event.
haven't played MTGA in like a million years.
Good. So yeah, they did a event where you get to play the brawl decks, all 4 brawl decks on MTG Arena,
that's so
and all the cards except for minor changes will be available in paper.
Oh man, that's so cool.
In if you buy the brawl decks, and so I played all 4 decks. I preferred the Bant deck, the Cthulhu deck, which is really really fun, and it's Blink also. 'cause
Oh my
it's
God.
thing. But it's really fun.
Your flickers.
And so, Command Tower now is standard legal
Really? Why?
because they have to make it so that
Because
it's
brawl decks apparently exist, yeah.
And the funny thing is, it's not even playable in standard because it's commander specific.
Yeah.
So that's a thing.
Damn.
And so yeah, I'm literally saving my money for that.
Wait, how much are brawl decks? They can't be that expensive.
They're probably around $50, $40.
You know what? Fair enough. Yeah. They're cheaper than commanders, I hope,
They just should be.
because they're only 60 cards.
Yeah, but the Wizard of the Coast also got rid of the MSRP,
What? Oh.
so companies can put whatever pricing they want on
Oh, yikes. So they could just jack up the prices if they feel like it.
it. If yes, they say recommended price should be around $40
to $50.
No, that would make
$50.
sense because if you have sets that become
Super strong.
not strong,
Because-
sure, strong is one of the reasons, but at the same time, if you get a set and it hasn't sold well and then will maybe sell well later because you never know in terms of meta, you can fluctuate the prices based on that.
True.
Because that's what happened to the commander decks.
Yeah, I know.
You notice that
They're all varying in prices.
varying prices, and the Rakdos deck is nearly $100
Yeah, that's why I didn't buy it.
because specifically that deck has one of the most has like 5 most powerful cards in there.
Yeah.
I feel like I glossed over some edge pieces.
Probably. Maybe you should take a look through your
well,
piles.
it's not a new puzzle, so
But it is a new puzzle. That puzzle box hasn't been opened since
Yeah.
the 1990s.
that
Yeah.
90s.
It's
But-
never been open actually.
This is the first time it's
But
been
the
open.
but the edges on the lid of the box look super I guess wear and tear.
No,
Even without
well,
the doors
You just
open.
opened it.
I
without
just
that.
opened it.
Oh,
It had a seal on it.
you are really. I'm sorry, but you are very sloppy at opening lids.
Well, it was a paper seal on it.
Paper seal? What?
Yeah.
Why? Why would they do that?
This is old.
Where's the edge
guess
pieces?
so. I guess plastic wraps weren't.
There was plastic in it also.
Oh.
Where's the
See
edge
that plastic
pieces?
bag over there?
Oh.
That was to hold the piece.
Yo, this is actually impossible. What am I supposed to do with these edges?
Get good. I don't know.
Look around. Use the picture.
No.
There you go. That's why you're not going to be able to get it done fast enough. But yeah.
But yeah.
Grimm's Fairy Tale, the battle pack, brawl decks.
I'm gonna go to the pre-release.
Damn it!
Yeah.
Probably gonna be working.
Wait,
what's gonna come first? Brawl
decks are coming out when the expansion is coming out. Pre-release comes out 1 week before the expansion comes.
So wait, they're gonna be dropping the new block on top of the brawl decks.
Yes.
Okay.
Because the brawl decks are go hand in hand with the new block.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Okay.
because they're both themed.
Really?
All the cards that they're coming from the new block also have some in the brawl deck.
Nah, fair enough. Yeah.
So like there's Arcane Signet, which is really really good for 2 mana it's a two generic for an artifact that you can tap for any color.
That's nice. That's really nice.
Any
one mana.
color of your commander.
Oh. Right.
They specifically designed it so that it's not playable for standard.
Yeah.
But it's really good for commander, and so apparently all the brawl decks are gonna get one of those.
Okay. Yeah, because they kind of need it. It's like a mini commander.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I heard they're gonna be going back to Theros after Throne of Elidane or whatever.
Eldraine.
Yeah. What
Yep.
are your thoughts on going back to Theros?
Kind of saw it with the M19.
Really?
M20
Wait.
release.
Really?
Yeah, there's a lot of enchantments. There's a lot of callbacks to Theros. There's a lot of cards that are called.
Who's the guy? Who's the planeswalker from Thera? Gideon?
Yep,
And
Is
plus
he-
he's
is he
dead.
from-
he's dead.
Did he
So-
die? Really?
Yeah,
Jesus,
and
he died?
there's all the cards, that made reference to Theros in M20 has reference of reviving characters.
Oh no, they're gonna bring back Gideon.
They're also
Okay.
there's rumors of bringing back Elspeth.
What's that?
I don't know.
You know her? She died in Theros.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't play when I was in when.
Yo, these
Theros-
fit together, right?
Dude, you got your reading glasses. Why are you asking us these questions?
Yeah, they do fit together.
Okay.
I don't know. Anyway, they're gonna bring back dead characters. Oh,
There's
man.
rumors of it. I don't know.
What's wrong with bringing back dead characters?
Because that loses the impact of the death of the character.
Not really.
It's like Superman being revived after a million times. Same with Goku.
Not really.
Depends on the way it's done.
It's literally
He
depends
comes back
how
every
it's done.
other week.
Because if
I'm not talking about specifically Superman. I'm just talking about in general.
like if there's a way to like reinvigorate certain characters for specifically those kind of genres of those kind of storytelling
Wait.
needs.
Yeah, I guess if it has to fit the narrative, but still,
Because like
they should bring back other dead characters too, like Dak Faden. That
Yeah,
one,
that fits together, right?
the one
kind of
planeswalker
Like that's
that
the same color.
Yeah, it
kinda
fits
hangs
together.
around.
like they already who's that planeswalker that has the axe?
Guruk or whatever, the blue black
Garul.
or green black.
Yeah, Garog.
Yeah, I know. Well, he didn't die. He got cursed.
He got cursed.
Yeah, and then he went missing in action for like ever.
Yeah, they brought him back and thrown in Eldraine.
They did.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you read the book, which I strongly recommend you don't, because
Well,
it's really bad.
I had a feeling.
It's poorly written.
You know what? I believe you.
Like plot wise, it's so bad.
I believe you. But he didn't die though.
No, he didn't die.
He just
so,
went missing.
so he went missing, and they brought him back for Throne of Eldraine. And
Which I just forgot about him.
TLDR, his curse got removed.
What did they explain how it got removed?
It got removed.
spoil
If
it
I
for me, I don't care.
remember, it was something to do with water
What is this, dude?
in
This
the
is like
fountain or something
impossible.
along the lines of that.
They just splashed water on him. He's like,
It-
I'm
it's-
awake now.
It's like it's like a fairy tale thing. Like
Yeah.
they gone to like a specific
A wishing
fountain,
well.
not wishing well, but a certain like fountain, and
They dipped him except for his heel, and then that's why it's called the Achilles heel.
Ha ha.
they exploit some loophole that the antagonists imply, because like fairy tales do that a lot apparently.
Yeah, they have a lot of Deus Ex Machinas.
Yeah, and so he accidentally fell into this. Literally, he fell into this pool of water.
That's hilarious.
And when he came out, he came out saving like the main characters of the story.
That's hilarious. He just like tripped and fell in there.
No,
like,
he didn't really trip and fell. He
no,
more like, I push you out of the way so you won't die. I fell.
Like no,
That's more like the.
No, that's what I find hilarious. Like he wasn't like forced by another character because like we have to heal you. We're gonna do like we're gonna have to cure you of this curse. We're gonna do it by force if necessary. No, like they didn't do that. He fell into like a purifying pond. It's like what the hell, dude?
Yeah,
that's kind of anticlimactic.
Literally, yeah, it's super anticlimactic.
Come on, wizards. What are you thinking?
I don't know.
You could do better.
Come on, writer. What were you thinking? Like,
wait. So this was in the book.
Yeah.
So does it fall under the wizard's canon?
Yeah, it does.
Oh my god.
It does fall under the wizard canon
That's
because
hilarious.
they're the one that hired the author to write this story.
They didn't proofread this and to say, "Wow, this is the worst thing ever."
Apparently, they did, and that's how they wanted it.
They were okay with this.
Yeah.
In fact, they were very for this. That's
You have to pay the freaking.
Does this fit together?
No. You have to pay the freaking book to able to read the. Oh my god! Because it used to be that you could read it online on their article pages to read like the stories and stuff like that. But during the War of the Spark, they hired an actual writer, which is Brandon Sanderson. And
sick! Brandon Sanderson's a boss.
And he wrote a really good War of the Spark story.
But it
was really good. And then they hired another author for this, and it was really bad.
Understandable. Damn.
So like, is this what we get for buying premium? Because I'm not gonna read this. Because I got a synopsis from one online, and he strongly recommends do not read the book.
Just play the game. You'll catch up on the lore just with that.
So like, yeah,
that's hilarious.
Oh, maybe this fits here.
Really bad.
The one planeswalker who everybody wanted back and wanted all the goddamn questions answered.
Because
had the most anticlimactic.
Because there's rumors. Okay, so the rumors of characters reviving were shown in Throne of Eldraine.
Damn it!
Not like shown, but there's implicit.
Yeah,
it's implicitly there. We don't know if they're actually going to revive characters for Theros, but in Throne of Eldraine, characters got revived.
Who else died? Wait, in War of the Sparks, you can spoil it for me.
I know. There's a lot of characters that died in War of the Sparks, but it wasn't those characters that died. It was characters in Throne of Eldraine that had magic items to revive other characters.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but like, are they going to revive the dead characters from the previous blocks? Like,
I don't know. There's the fact that there's magical items that could revive characters implies that maybe they're gonna revive a character in Theros. We don't know.
I kind of wish
the M20 cards they had there implies there's gonna be there's gonna be revived characters. Else, there's rumors that Elspeth's gonna be back, even though she's supposed to be dead.
I kind of wish like they
fit?
If they bring back a character.
Show it to me. No.
I kind of wish like when they bring back characters, I wish it's like super like characters that like don't.
Guys, I'm really bad at puzzles.
Yes, you are.
Like some guy that died, like some guy that died in War of the Spark, like a complete nobody. He's like, we brought you back, and it's like, I never asked for this, but thanks. Like, I know Dak Faden died. I don't know if Liliana died.
Oh, this fits, right?
I think she got like Thanos by Nicol
That fits,
Bolas.
right?
No, Liliana's supposed to be.
That fits, right?
Liliana was about to be Thanos by Nicol Bolas.
That fits, right?
Yeah, that fits. But then Gideon is like, I'm the one who's gonna get Thanos. So he touched Liliana and used his ability to transfer the curse onto himself.
That's stupid.
Thus, himself got faded
by
Nicol Bolas.
Why is that stupid?
So stupid. Because I saw the anime, like the opening cinematics or whatever, where like Liliana's literally being burned alive and being basically.
It's
cannibalized.
because she's.
And then it stops there, and then like Gideon's all like, I have to because my color pattern tells me to.
So why is it stupid?
No, because if he died, like that's okay. But the fact that they might bring him back.
So why is it stupid?
No,
like you've yet to
because
say why is it stupid?
I don't know, because like the whole, because the death feels it feels like the death has less impact if you're just gonna bring back the dead character anyway.
But that doesn't mean it's stupid that he died. You kept saying that.
No.
It's stupid that Gideon died.
Well, actually, let me rephrase that. Death is fine as long as they don't just bring him back because of actually plot reasons. I don't know.
Well, plot reasons can mean that there are specific artifacts / like tools that
MacGuffins.
are points of interest and that people want to fight over them.
Yeah.
Like,
So why is it stupid?
Like, I don't know, because I kind of...
What's that?
Like, once again, this is only implied that they might bring Gideon back. But if they do, I feel like the death was for naught kind of thing. Like, it might as well been like Liliana didn't die and Gideon was kind of around kind of thing. You know?
No.
Like,
No, he doesn't know.
Well, once again, like, I'm going to bring back the whole Superman dying every other week and just coming back kind of thing. Like, I'm pretty sure they're not going to go that far.
I think it loses significance in that sense because they've done it so many times.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they only done this literally once. They had this is the first time they're actually gonna do it, and I don't know if they're gonna do it well or
Or
good.
they're going to do it at all.
Or yeah, even if they're gonna do it
Or
at
like,
all.
there's nothing to suggest that he might just come back and be a husk of himself, and he ends up being like used for evil purposes.
Well, like, if that was the case, I'd be more interested.
But regardless, you're calling it stupid
Well, like,
because then, no matter what the outcome is, the fact that he got revived is the fact that that makes his death when he saved Liliana stupid because now he's just around.
yeah.
That's my whole point. Is like, why is it stupid? I fail to see how it's stupid.
Like, by that, because death would have very little meaning, because now...
Death already has very little meaning because aren't there people and / creatures of death who constantly use the undeath or the undead
Yeah.
for their own meanings and purposes?
Like, okay. When I say coming back to life, I mean not like as a zombie or as like a tool, but like if Gideon comes back, like completely as himself, like righteous and like fight for the good of mankind, the good of the plane or whatever. Like that's what I have problem with. That's basically Superman coming back to life. But if he, let's say, came back as a zombie, like it's a super tool, like I'd be a little bit more okay with that because it's not the same character that came back. It's more like a character with.
What if it's the same character that came back because there's like this huge / Avengers type of Planeswalker ending type of enemy that they like Emrakul or something, and they needed particular knowledge from Gideon, and that he's only back for like a few, like that they can only use the relic for a few months at a time rather than saving an entire universe.
I'd be more okay with that.
I'm saying they could do it in such a way
like,
that even within the constraints that you find it stupid, that Gideon is still Gideon, that it's still fine.
Actually, if they just like if they do the whole, we can bring you back, but only for like a month, and then we gotta wait another month thing, then I'd be not okay with that either.
Okay.
Because that means death really has no meaning.
But death already has no meaning in a place where the people have so much control over life and death.
Well, like, it wasn't to this degree though. Like, let's
what
say,
does
like,
to this degree mean?
Well, like, let me try to explain here. Because those who come back from dead in Magic the Gathering, from my understanding, they either come back as, they mostly just come back as a tool. Like mostly like in the black archetype, like the creatures that come back, they're mindless zombies.
Okay. So how does that make it better or worse?
Because they're used as tools, not as characters. In a narrative, like these aren't considered really characters anymore. Like they're just like zombie tokens. Right?
I'm sure there's a case in the Magic storyline and where people have had character development by being revived as a particular way, and now they have a completely different view on life.
Well, like if that was the case with like somebody like Gideon, once again, if he comes back, like if he, let's say he
No,
dies,
but I'm saying that's probably already happened.
Can you confirm? I'm not
Yes,
really.
there's already happened.
Which one?
There's one in Dominaria. I don't know the whole entire extent of it. There's a whole entire story behind that.
Okay.
There's the one revolving around Liliana also.
Didn't he slay her brother in Dominaria?
No, she didn't slay her brother. Her whole entire quest is to revive her brother.
Oh, and then slay him.
No, it's to literally save her brother. That's why she made deals with the devil. That's why she made deals with the Kobolas.
And got the veil.
There's a reason why she has a curse. There's a whole entire story arc around her.
I know.
About reviving characters.
For her own good, though, because she just usually turns them into zombies.
Then there's also I can't remember what else. There's more. There's also in Throne of Eldraine also recently, the king comes back to life, even though he's supposed to be dead.
Like, if characters came back as a tool, not to tell a story, but like as a literal tool, like a token zombie.
Why is that okay?
Because, like,
some might say that's even worse because now you're just bringing back people to life for no reason. You're just literally using them as tools.
yeah,
Why bring back people to life then? Just conjure up something else. Like to inherently call this mechanic / way of storytelling stupid, I just don't see it.
I'm not just. Well, I
It's
think
been poorly executed a
yeah,
lot.
like-
yes,
It definitely has
I
been
think-
poorly
but-
executed.
But I'm not
mostly.
giving the doubt. I'm not giving the doubt for Magic the Gathering to do this attempt.
I'm just saying inherently to call it stupid. I don't see how that
I
works.
think this has mostly to do with my personal biases, because the mediums of things I've seen where characters come back to life is done very poorly, like Superman, Goku from Dragon Ball, etc., etc.
Yeah, but I mean, you could argue like Jon Snow is a good one in Game of Thrones,
I've never seen that, so
where
I
he
can't
came
say
back
the
to
same.
life at lost,
Did he?
had amnesia, and now worked for the forces of evil because he didn't know any better. And then once he got his memory back, something along the lines of that, he
That
like.
sounds pretty stupid.
Why would you think?
Why
that's
you
stupid?
think
his
it's
memories back?
just making it into a synopsis sounds pretty stupid.
Well,
but if
yeah.
you actually read the whole entire or watched the whole entire arc of that,
Oh,
it's pretty amazing how
No,
they
but
tried to
once again,
reintegrate,
why do you
so-
think it sounds stupid?
I don't know. Just like it feels like they like. Let's take the Game of Thrones one.
Like you think it's? Do you
Like,
think it's stupid
just-
because it's a lazy form of writing?
No,
like,
I feel like it just undoes like the whole. I'm trying to think of the next word here. That if like, for example, like Jon Snow or whatever, did he die?
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, did he come back to life as a zombie?
No.
Basically, because he had amnesia and he's like working for the bad guys or whatever, right?
Not necessarily.
Not
I can't necessarily remember, but he did come back to life.
He didn't come back to life as a zombie.
Okay, so he came back to life, but he was basically brainwashed because he had amnesia.
Actually, that's his second time dying.
God damn it!
Yeah.
He
Well,
died 2 times.
Okay, regardless.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
He died. He died by his own comrades. Just before the siege, and then he died during the siege.
What?
Okay,
Okay, so he came back as a tool of evil.
Yeah, his
But-
second death. Yeah, he came back as
Okay.
a tool of
Okay.
evil. But the first death, he came back because.
So how does this undo his first deaths?
Oh well, I didn't know this was his. I didn't know the whole.
No, I'm
Zombie
just
thing
I'm
was
just saying. Regardless, you keep bringing up the point. The reason why I think this is stupid is because I think that it removes the value or impact of their first death, and I don't see how that works.
I didn't know Jon Snow didn't die.
No,
I
even
didn't know
within
that
the
he
case of Goku or within the case of Superman, how does it reverse / undermine their first death and undermine that impact?
because after the first let's say the character dies first time and comes back, fine, that's kind of let me try to think about this.
like
It feels like the more you revive a character, the more you lose impact, kind of thing, you know? Like let's say like Superman dies.
It
for the
depends
10th
on the
time,
way it's
like,
done.
Everybody's gonna know he's gonna come back next week. Whatever.
It depends on the way it's
We're
done.
grateful that he saved the universe again, and we're kind of we're only kind of sad that he died like the 100th time this week because he had to save the universe. But he's gonna come back. So like there's like death to that character has no meaning, you know? Like it has a lot less shock and awe kind of thing. Like
But like again, you're falling back into the fact that it's just been poorly executed. But
I guess
there's
so.
been a lot of cases where those kind of revivals of characters does impact a lot of things in the story. Like I remember reading this. I remember specifically reading Spider-Man, and this is super controversial. The death of and this is not the game. The death of Ant-Man.
Ant-Man?
Aunt
Aunt
May.
May. Oh, Aunt May. Sorry.
The death of Aunt May.
Okay.
So, like in the comic book series, the death of Aunt May is is a character plot point for Peter Parker, and trying to cope with it, and this whole entire idea of his balance between Superman, being a superhero, and a family. But when he got a new author to continue the story, the author literally made a whole entire series about where Peter Parker has to make a choice to either revive Aunt May, but he will lose his love as his life, and everything else will be like before he met.
Oh, so it's time traveling?
Something along the lines of that, or stick with his love of life. And he went with the first option, and a lot of people got mad about that because it kind of go against to a lot of what's Peter Parker's philosophies that it was established at the very start of the issue.
Okay, but regardless, I mean, still going back to the point of why is it stupid?
I feel like it just, in general, just loses more impact the more the character dies and comes back to life.
But that has nothing to do with the mechanic. That has more so to do with the way it's written.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it's just based execution.
Yeah,
How they managed to do it.
how they do it.
And the things I've seen, it's just they haven't executed it that well, kind of thing. So I have a bias towards just things coming back to life in general.
Well, it's not even just things about coming back to life. It's like how in Dragon Ball the enemies always seem to get stronger, and it always takes Goku and always takes like the heroes banding together so they could slay the enemy.
Okay.
Or look at Battle for Ad, like in World of Warcraft. People are constantly fed up with the fact that there has to be some existential, overwhelming threat that threatens Azeroth and unites Alliance and the Horde. Like that's happened pretty much every expansion,
single
wow, that's
and
kinda
people
silly.
are sick and tired of that. But I'm just saying, like that's the way it was written. It's
That's
not
all
so
they've
much.
got.
It's not so much what happened. It's the fact that it's the way it was written that people disliked, not the inherent plot lines.
Okay.
But that's my point, is that like the plot lines themselves aren't stupid.
It's
Just
how
the
it's
way-
written and how
Yeah.
it's...
I think I'm just more biased towards the execution. So therefore, my like perception of like things coming back to life is kind of skewed because all the only thing I've seen is kind of it's just basically I'll see you next week. Sorry you died. I'll see you next week kind of thing. You know. So maybe I should.
And if that's the case, then why don't you have an issue with like TV shows?
I don't watch TV shows.
No, but like Rick and Morty is essentially that.
Because they have. You know what?
Because
yeah.
by virtue of them
Yeah.
being a TV show, there needs to be another episode.
Yeah.
And so by the time it hits the denouement or the denouement or whatever, they've learned nothing, and they're going to repeat the exact same sequence of their character development over again in the next episode. But that doesn't bother you because it's written well.
Yeah.
But if
I
it's
think
written bad, it bothers you. And now, so all of a sudden,
leaves a sour note.
yeah, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth, and now you're going to refer to every plot line that uses the device as bad
I'm
or
pretty
as
sure I would. Yeah.
as sour.
Yeah.
It's like no. Other shows have done it well before, and it's perfectly fine.
Well, yeah. If it's executed well, I guess I'd be a little bit more okay.
So don't use the blanket umbrella. Just saying, well, every time someone's revived, it loses meaning, or like the people. It's a lazy form of writing. I don't think it's a lazy form of writing.
So,
what's a lazy form of writing is like Deus Ex Machina. Like that's the lazy way of writing.
Okay. You know what? Fair enough. I should try to keep a more open mind about these things. Not be so
like-
biased. It's hard, alright? It's too cemented in my system. I gotta change, but it's gonna take me a billion years.
It's not hard, but it's just you have to come to accept it.
That's what's hard.
Really?
Yeah. Like if you're too used to watching one thing and you have developed this mentality over a certain aspect, like with me and like people coming back to life every other week and Edric's dislike of like mecha or
I
whatever,
think
like that's kind of you can say just accept the fact that these are a thing, like yeah, but you can say it, but it's harder to actually accept it. Like yes, you can. It just takes
no, like
long time to
in
depend on
terms
the
of my
person.
dislikes for mechas, I'm always open to the fact that there might be a good mecha out there that I might enjoy and I might fully.
But so far
like
you
and
haven't
stuff.
seen any.
But my point is that I'm open to that fact. I'm not narrow-minded and just say every mecha's bad.
We're not closing it out.
That's my point. Is that should be that's the thing you should be striving for, is that recognizing that you have a bias. My bias is I dislike mechas, but I'm not going to close the window on every single mecha and immediately come to the conclusion that every mecha is bad.
All right, fair.
I think that's what EJ is trying to say, but
Learning
it's
to
not
accept it.
hard
It's not hard.
to just be open-minded and realize that there are things out there that still have the value that you deem not necessarily true or whatever.
Because there will be cases where, yeah, I hate certain genres. Yeah, I hate these kind of things. But I will be willing, if there's something great about it, there's something great that's shown to us that's really great, then I'll be more I'll open to it. I'm fully glad that there's something way much better that disproves my biases.
All right, fair. It'll still be hard for me because I'm still trapped in that cage.
Yeah, it's hard for you because you always lean to your biases.
Yeah, and I gotta learn not to do that, and it's gonna take me a while for me to not do that. You know, it's doable. Don't misunderstand. I agree.
It is gonna take a while. It's a mind state because EJ, you used to be trapped in that mindset too.
Yeah, I used to be trying that
until
mindset.
I constantly.
You keep constantly proving me that there's other.
I constantly kept giving you counters to what you were thinking, and then eventually you latched onto the fact of, oh well, there's a devil's advocate to every side, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm not gonna disregard.
Or
anything.
that you should withhold judgment until you get more
information,
data points,
data
or
points about it.
more like views or perspectives on the topic, right?
Because you've shown to me like these things, these medias, they hold so much value, and just dumbing them down or reducing them,
You're doing yourself a disservice.
and downplaying these things that I'm not probably not fully relishing it.
Yeah, you're doing yourself a disservice.
And I kind of want to stop doing that.
It takes a lot of effort, you know.
Yeah, it does.
It does, but then it gets easier.
It gets
as
easier,
you
and
get
then it becomes like
better
a
at it.
habit of just like, oh, I gotta think like this way. Oh, I never thought like that way.
Yeah, it's so hard keeping an open mind when I have biases.
It's hard at the start, but
I know it takes. Yeah, I know. It comes with more.
You get better at it.
Yeah, it's just more exposure and all that. It comes with experience.
And it's not like your biases are malformed to begin with.
no.
A lot of the times your biases have been put into place because it's what works.
Yeah.
Right? And that's just it. Being able to understand why your biases have been formed in the first place will help you just like understand yourself.
Improve as an individual.
Guess so. Yeah.
Or figure out what works for you and what doesn't work.
What doesn't work for you.
So.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's just not even the right color.
Hey man, I'm wearing shades.
So that's the
All right, we've been live for basically 2 hours. I don't want to. I've been hard segueing like all podcast as podcast. Who's next on the thing?
Me.
All right.
So I'm debating between two things, or three to be specific. Two of them are animation, and one of them is a comic book.
Okay.
One of them, I kind of want to explore more about it. So I'm kind of leaning toward this topic. So I kind of want to watch the first 2 or 3 episodes of Samurai Jack. First season.
Sure.
First season?
First season of
So
Samurai
the
Jack. The
very
first
first
3
3
episodes. Because those episodes are usually around 15 minutes, maybe 10 minutes.
What?
They're really short.
Are
Yeah.
they?
Yes.
They're like episodes of SpongeBob.
Yeah, they're
But
really short.
they're also, I don't know how long they are. Like,
They're like episodes of SpongeBob.
Like,
So
let me
20
double
minutes?
check. Let me double
No,
check the
episodes
length.
of SpongeBob are like 11 minutes.
really?
Yeah.
So are you? Wait a minute. Oh, right. That's why they have 2 episodes
Yeah, yeah.
per
Yeah, yeah.
airing.
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Let me double check the length of an episode.
I mean, you don't have to do it now.
So what's the
Yeah.
comic book?
The comic book I was about to do Cross.
I don't know what that is.
It's supposed to be a more grim view of a dystopian world. But
I don't think you can get more grim than dystopian, but yeah.
specifically
Super
human
dystopia.
nature.
Yeah, but
More
once
grim
again,
view
I
of
don't
human
think you
nature.
can get more grim than
Super dystopia.
Pretty sure like dystopia means grim future.
It's
Hey,
it's
Google.
it's super macabre.
Macabre means like
Gore. and
gory and
blood.
like blood. And
Yeah.
Ton of violence.
Yeah. It's super. It's really really macabre.
Okay. Cool. Is it as macabre as the one comic that you wanted
Why
me
did
to?
you get interested in either Samurai Jack or this
Because
one comic?
Oh, and then the other one was also Banako.
Okay, could you just answer the question?
Okay. So Cross, I kind of want to. I kind of want to explore what the synopsis was, which is supposed to say an exploration of human nature in these kind of perils.
Okay, but why did you want us to read? Like, what are you hoping to learn from our reactions from it?
Well, for Cross, I was hoping to learn how does the comic book media tries to explore human nature in different ways, or like graphically, even
Okay.
like I want to see what is macabre for macabre in American Western views
versus East.
versus the Eastern macabre view, such as like Berserk. So that's also one aspect I want to also try to explore. Then with Samurai Jack, I also want to I also want to understand more about showing, not telling, because Samurai Jack, a lot of people say it's
Show don't tell.
the epitome of minimalism.
Yeah.
Like, it's all about showing, not telling.
Yeah.
Using sound design, using framing, using character movement, animation,
Everything but dialogue.
anything but dialogue to tell a story.
Mm.
And I want to see that. I want to further explore that idea.
And you want us to explore it too.
Yeah.
Kind of
I
thing.
also want to
Wait,
understand
have-
more about it.
Have you actually read any of the Cross comic?
No. I only read the
Because-
synopsis of it.
Oh,
and
yeah. So you haven't seen any of the visuals and stuff?
I saw a glimpse of the visuals. And it's
What's-
Okay, we'll just post it on the Discord and then
super
we'll.
bloody.
So post it on the Discord and
Do you
then
think
we'll-
it's as macabre as the one?
Can we
the
just
other?
wrap this up, guys?
Alright.
It's taking a while. That's
But
why.
yeah, I'm more leaning towards the Samurai Jack episode.
Sure.
The first 2 episodes.
Just
of
post it
Samurai
on
Jack.
Discord and we'll be sure to look at it.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, so that wraps up for this episode. I hope everybody enjoyed it and all that. We'll see you guys the next time we post our podcast.
Bye.
Bye.